What's up, guys? Rob from Japan Team here, bringing you another NASB 2 video. This time around, of course, we have Azula, the firebender herself. She is the spotlight for today. I don't really have much background on anything from Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra. Didn't really watch either one of them. I do remember watching a teaser trailer for Azula. So let's see what she's bringing to the table.
The heirs to the Fire Nation's throne, Azula is ready to rule the competition in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Azula is a fierce, fiery, fast-paced glass cannon with an explosive combo game. With top-tier speed, powerful firebending expertise, and elegant martial arts techniques, Azula is well-suited for an aggressive yet calculated playstyle. Most of Azula's attacks are quick, fearsome strikes that glow with her iconic blue fire. Several of her attacks have stronger knockback near the tip where the fire is, and you'll know for sure that you've spaced them properly when you hear these satisfying sounds. While Azula's speed and agility are of course great for building an offensive game plan, it helps to have some projectiles to lob out if you need to create some space between you and your opponent, or if you just need to slow down the tempo. Her neutral special shoots out a fireball that travels straight ahead if she's on the ground, or diagonally if used in the air. This is a fantastic tool to have that's perfect for all sorts of situations.
That could be a good thing.
From controlling space, to playing defensively, or even guarding the ledge. The grounded slime version is especially strong and fantastic for catching opponents off guard. The aerial version shoots 3 fireballs, and while they're not each nearly as strong as the grounded slime version, they cover tons of space. And since they move so slowly, Azula can easily follow up on the openings they create.
So the speed's
her up special, Fire Thrusters, is pretty slow and also pretty vulnerable, but that doesn't stop you from being able to use it offensively by chasing opponents into the sky should you choose to use the slime version or slide and cancel it. Her side special, Burning Lunge, is a flaming kick with some high power near the beginning of the attack. In the air, you can choose to angle the move downwards to spike your opponent, or to attempt to land and get back to the stage safely. Finally, Azula's down special channels a powerful bolt of lightning that's sure to send opponents flying if you're able to land it. With Slime, the attack charges twice as fast, but it doesn't hit as hard. Something to keep in mind about Azula is that all the power in the world is still not enough to make up for a weak recovery and lightweight. But as long as you don't get hit, you shouldn't have to worry. She has plenty of powerful tools at her disposal to exert her will and control the match. And once she finds an opening, you can expect some big damage. Slime canceling and smart use of her special attacks are where you can really make the most of Azula's toolset. She almost always has at least one answer for any opportunity. You just have to be ready to recognize the best answer and capitalize on those opportunities when they arise.
Goodbye.
If you think you have the cunning and wits to take hold of Azula's abilities, or if you just want a taste of her awesome power, be sure to give her a try in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Now that you've seen all of our newcomers, who are you most excited to play? Look forward to seeing the rest of our character spotlights coming soon, and get ready to join the fight on November 3rd when the game releases.
That's not accurate, by the way. This audio was recorded before the date change. It's November 7th now. But okay, so interesting. Yeah. Kind of seems like she's a pretty straightforward character. You know, looks like she's got some really interesting projectile game going on. You know, there's not a whole lot.
The heirs to the Fire Nation's throne, Azula is ready to rule the competition
to say
in
really
All-Star Brawl 2.
With a character like this. Not that they're not cool, but it's just like, you know, they're just kind of straightforward, it looks like, you know.
With top-tier speed, powerful firebending expertise, and elegant martial
arts. With like a little bit of sauce. She's not like sauceless, right? She's got like some projectile stuff going on and whatnot.
Most of Azula's attacks are quick, fearsome strikes that glow with her iconic blue fire.
And the tipper mechanic is kind of interesting.
Stronger knockback near the tip where the fire is, and you'll know for sure that you've spaced them properly when you hear these satisfying sounds.
That's kind of interesting. Like a tipper on a non-sword character is kind of an interesting concept.
While Azula's speed and agility are of course great for building an offensive game plan, it helps to have some projectiles to lob out if you need to create some space between you and your opponent, or if you just need to slow down the tempo. Yeah, so
the fact that it's like so slow on the ground and in the air is interesting, right? Because she's a fast character. So, you know, like Reptar and Azula, for example, his fireball being kind of slow wasn't all that useful to him because he himself was slow. So you really, and it had a lot of end lag, so you couldn't really like follow up on it all that much for the most part. Like, it was cool and all. Obviously the charge version was pretty useful, but And not to say that his fireball was useless, but you don't get as much mileage out of it as other projectiles. But her being faster with a slow projectile means that maybe you can throw this out as like a bit of neutral pressure, run in and get a shield grab or something like that.
That travels straight ahead if she's on the ground, or
and that angle being useful off stage is like obviously what I think the most use you're gonna get out of it is
controlling space to playing defensively,
yeah,
or even guarding the ledge.
Because you can do something like this, right, where like you have the two fireballs coming out. So Patrick here has an option, right? He has to go high and risk getting spiked, or if you were down here and you saw this coming in, you could try to like, you know, jump this way and then go up. But either way, you can control the space with the two projectiles, and since they are slower, it's going to be controlling that space for longer. So pretty useful stuff. You know, the fact that she's able to follow up on it because she is a little bit faster of a character herself is definitely going to help her out with the slower projectile type stuff.
The grounded slime version is especially strong and fantastic.
That's going to be a real gotcha kind of moment, honestly. The fact that like it goes from being so slow to so fast.
Especially strong and fantastic for catching.
And of course you can see the slime, but like, you know, if you're in the middle of trying to like recover or something, you're not going to be paying as much attention necessarily, so you might miss it.
Slowly, Azula can easily follow up on the openings they
create. So her projectile, while it doesn't look great initially, like it definitely has a lot of uses, and it might be better that it's slower, to be honest, because she's a fast character
and also pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, this looks like you're gonna get destroyed. you're gonna be getting
being able to use it offensively. Her up special, fire thrusters,
you're gonna be getting gimped with this a lot. I mean, Garfield jump nair, you just die. You know, like.
But that doesn't stop you from being able to use it offensively by chasing.
Her recovery honestly looks like hot trash. I'm not gonna lie.
Burning lunge is a flaming kick with some high power near the beginning of the attack.
This looks like it's going to be a pretty good move, especially in neutral, to kind of catch people out. You know, if your opponent's misspacing like aerials and they're landing wrong and all this other stuff, it looks like a pretty good call out move.
In the air, you can choose
just to kind of
downwards to spike your opponent,
you know,
or
call them out. That's also going to be pretty useful. Having the option to spike is going to be pretty nice.
Downwards to spike your opponent, or to attempt to land and get back to the stage safely.
Kind of like Korra's dive kick from
channels a powerful bolt of lightning that's sure to send opponents flying if you're able to land it.
So it looks like it's pretty strong, but like,
or to attempt to land and get back to the stage safely.
You shouldn't be getting hit by this.
Azula's down special channels a powerful bolt of lightning
you really
that's sure to send opponents flying.
Except for like some offstage stuff, you really
the attack charges twice as fast, but
shouldn't be getting hit by non-slime version of this
move.
It looks like
Azula is that all the power in the world is still not enough to make up for a weak recovery and lightweight. But as long as you don't get hit, you shouldn't have to worry. She has plenty of powerful tools at her disposal to exert her will and control the match. And once she finds an opening, you can expect some
What the hell was that? Why? What did you hit Lucy with? What? Okay, that's fair. I guess this is probably like a...
And once you find
a fair? Look at the range on that. What the hell, man?
Some big damage. Slime canceling and smart use of her special attacks are where you can really make the most of Azula's toolset. She almost always has at least one answer for any opportunity.
No, Blackamar, don't do it. You're in hit stun for so long. I just realized this. Look how much he's only at 34. Why is he in hit stun for forever?
Opportunity. You just have to be ready to recognize the best answer and capitalize on those opportunities when they arise.
Oh my god. I don't know if that's just like an Azula thing. Maybe that's just because she has a ton of hit stun on all her moves. Of course, this also might be older footage. Like a lot of these, so what Tafar was saying was like a lot of these spotlights were recorded obviously earlier in development. So, you know, some of that hit stun stuff might be changed. But yeah, so overall aesthetics, I think, you know, Azula's cool. Like I said, I don't really have much of an emotional connection to either Avatar or Legend of Korra, so I think she looks cool. Her alts look pretty interesting. Kind of like a little... Again, I don't know anything about the lore, so I apologize if what I'm saying makes no sense, but she kind of looks like she has a Toph costume on here. Strengths, I mean, she looks like she's pretty quick. Looks like her combo game goes pretty hard once you get in. Her projectiles, although maybe on first glance don't look all that impressive, actually look like they have some really, really solid usage, both in neutral and like as edge guarding and ledge trap, or maybe not so much ledge trap, but like edge guard type stuff, forcing your opponent into bad situations for you to take advantage of. Definitely looks like she has a lot of options at her disposal when it comes to that. Weaknesses, they say she's a glass cannon, so I'm guessing that means she's pretty light. Recovery looks like hot dog water, like just garbage. And maybe a little bit stubby. I mean, she does have a little bit of range with some of the fire aspects of her move, like we saw with that fair, whatever the hell that was. I mean, that range was ridiculous. So it looks like she does have a little bit of range with her fire, maybe a little bit of disjoints, which definitely would help a character like this who's all about fighting up close and personal, is having disjointed hitboxes. So it looks like she might be a teeny tiny bit stubby, but if she has disjoints like I'm thinking she does, it won't really be that big of a deal. In fact, it might actually become an advantage having like massive disjointed hitboxes. So yeah, in terms of the tier list, she looks pretty basic, pretty straightforward. It doesn't look like she's bringing a ton to the game, but it also doesn't look like she's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has some cool projectile stuff. It looks like if she does get in on you, you're just gonna get exploded. She kind of reminds me of like Manny, or LT Gray, which apparently LT Gray is way better than I thought he was. Where like you get one touched, right? You get touched, you get poked, and you just explode. But the question is, how do you get in, right? And she's a little bit bigger than Manny in terms of like her hurt box. So I feel like I'm mid tier on Azula. Like I don't think she's gonna be bad. I'm just not. I'm missing some kind of X factor that looks like she's gonna be like what is the gag? What is the rub, as it were? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It also might just be because I'm not really vibing with her like as a character. Like I don't really tend to play characters like Azula that much. Because she looks like she's more of just a straight out punch you in the face repeatedly type character. But that's not to say she looks bad. I think she looks cool. And it looks like she's definitely gonna be like tournament viable, like for sure. Because anybody that's that fast and has disjoints like I think she does is never gonna be bad, right? She's never gonna be a bad character, I don't think. I don't know, I'm just feeling like I'm mid tier on Azula. I'm probably dead wrong. I've been dead wrong about a lot of stuff. Apparently Reptar is way better than I think he is. Apparently Altigre is way better than I think he is. Like, apparently I'm dead wrong about like a lot of these characters, so we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. We are counting down. There are not that many spotlights left, and once all the spotlights are out, I'll be doing a full tier list where I'll order and place everyone in a tier list, as well as I'll do a tier list of like how interested I am in potentially playing these characters. So yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely have some more content coming. So of course we'll be here for the next one, whatever that next one is. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys again next time.